Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless Blades coming at you today with a look at the Reiff Knives Circadian. Now in a prior video, we took a look at the Reiff Knives Circadian, which at the time, this was the Circadian model. Now at this point, this is called the Circadian Clip Point. This is a beautiful knife. Excellent EDC ergonomics, fits in the hand wonderfully. You can see a full 4-fingered grip. Beautiful blade shape, excellent for general utility tasks. But, well, Reiff knives never quite sitting still and always building upon their lines. So at this point, not only do we have the Circadian Clip Point, but in today's video, we are going to look at the Circadian Sheepsfoot. So yes, this here, the Reiff Knives Circadian Sheepsfoot, taking what was already a fantastic utility-driven blade shape and expanding upon that, giving us actually a little bit more general utility purpose here. Excellent package, very lightweight, very pocketable, extremely high quality construction, the same fit and finish and ergonomics that we've come to expect from Reiff, and in a slightly different blade shape, which I like. I love the fact that Reiff is taking what has already been demonstrated as a very comfortable handle. It already works. It's already been proven. All the hard work for design, prototyping, the actual, production run here, fit and finish already worked out perfectly, but now so easy and so simple just to apply good quality blade shapes to this effective design. And I think that's really smart from a number of different directions. First off, of course, from the time from conception all the way through production, I'm not going to say half the work, and I'm not going to pretend that, it's literally 50% of the work is done to get the handle right, but it might be that much. It might really be that much work from the time they've gone through all the minor revisions. Getting handles right, it's not easy. And when you do get it right, go with it. Don't change it. Don't take something that's already close to perfect and then start messing with it. And so as we take a look here, you can see on both these Circadians, literally the identical same handle. From that nicely wrapped and fully enveloped guard, you can see here this beautiful black canvas micarta wrapped so nicely down onto the tang, covering that guard and creating a real comfortable grip where your index finger is going to interface with that, but there are no hot spots, there are no sharp spots. Everything softened, contoured, rounded, exactly as it needs to be. When you get that right, don't mess with it. From that real subtle indexing choil into that little bit of a swell, and then down where your 3 fingers, so from your middle finger, ring finger, and pinky landing there wonderfully, absolutely perfect. Again, when you get that right on the first take on the model, don't change a thing. And so the translation now from the clip point to the sheepsfoot, literally identical. Now, in a real close look, you can see subtle difference in the color of the canvas micarta. That could very easily be just from the standpoint that I've carried the clip point now quite a bit, quite often, a lot. And so the oils from my hands and from handling and from washing and from food prep, all that starts to translate into what the handle kind of patinas. Now, I'm not saying that's 100% the case. What I'm saying is it's very likely could be. And you'll notice the sheath on the original Circadian, again, now the clip point, some good wear. This has been in my pocket day after day after day for a prolonged period of time. I've carried this as an everyday carry just in my front pocket. Very simple and very effectively. So, is there a little bit of oils and, a little bit of patina on this? You better believe it. Has the blade held up amazingly well? Yes, it has. And for a couple of reasons. First off, MagnaCut. And so no matter which version you get, you are getting MagnaCut. At this point now on the Sheepsfoot, also with the MagnaCut. And something that I'm seeing as I take a look at this, and I would have to get some real careful measurements, but I'm saying the stock thickness is basically exactly the same, but not only that, the actual height of the grind, basically exactly the same. Now, my initial impression, which I think is right, and I'm still curious, I'm not going to get exactly perfect measurements here because I have a lanyard on here. I would really love to weigh these up and see which one's actually lighter. Just at an initial feeling, it does feel like the Sheepsfoot is just a little bit lighter, but again, it could be deceiving, or it could simply be from the standpoint that I've introduced the lanyard onto the pommel end of the clip point. So again, hard to say for sure, just a real simple observation. But either way you go, amazing grind, amazing fit and finish. You can see here with that stonewash finish on this particular version. So again, this colorway here being the black canvas micarta with the stonewash CPM MagnaCut blade. There are other options, so depending on what you're interested in, again, some fantastic colorways. You can go with either the green canvas micarta with the stonewash blade, again here being the black canvas micarta with the stonewash blade. They have green canvas with a black coated finish. It's a black DLC. I personally do prefer stonewash. I don't really like coated blades for the most part, just because that coating does wear off, and I use my blades for food prep. Not that it's a huge deal, but just something to consider. And then they also have a fully blacked out version, which is the black canvas micarta with that black DLC finish. But in my opinion, I love the way this looks. I actually like that the micarta is a little more gray on this particular version. Again, it's subtle, but you can see it. Now, the original, I did happen to get with this leather sheath, which is beautiful, nicely made, high quality leather. USA made, again, just a gorgeous all-around package. USA made around the board, and just very nicely done in terms of the sourcing of the materials, but the total package. However, this time, well, we have ourselves a Kydex, and I'm not going to necessarily know for sure where these Kydex sheaths are made. I have some ideas, and you'll see soft, yet really stout in terms of its overall fit. You're not hearing a click per se, but I can tell you that is in there so well. No possible way that this could even remotely come out. And if you thought it could, you can tighten down on that screw. Get a little bit more retention there, which will only happen if you break in this knife and over time. I am not really sure, but yeah, baby. Check that out. Loving it. That fits in there literally just as well. Literally perfect. That is bonus. I didn't see that coming. But that just goes to show that, you know, their fit and finish and quality is not only very consistent, but you can see there, that's going to work for me. As long as I'm careful, because I feel like I could potentially shove that too far and get down below where I want to. I could probably actually reverse the blade around and carry it this way, no problem. And now at this point, the actual pointy part of the blade is literally going in the contour of the sheath, so there's no way that I'm going to cut through this, although it does leave it a little exposed where, you know, obviously on this side it's got those grommets, but that actually fits in there just fine either way. So I now have the benefit of both a leather ride and a Kydex for my Circadians. Whether or not it's the Sheepsfoot or the clip point doesn't necessarily matter. Now when it comes to the sheath, this is standard spacing, so you could put any kinds of clips you want. A lot of people put Alti clips for front pocket ride. That's actually exactly what I'm going to do. But this does come with a nice quality Blade Tech lock. So actually Blade Tech brand, made in the USA. So the entire package made in the USA. And just to point out, with the leather sheath, you actually have the exact same options. So the ability to add clips or whatnot right to the leather sheath. They actually use the exact same spacing on the eyelets. So that's kind of nice. You end up with very versatile and flexible carry systems, which when done nicely, like Reiff, can make your user's experience, but done poorly, it can break it. So nice that Reiff is paying attention to the details. And so with that, let's get into the final specifications here. I have covered the clip point in the past, but again, today we are talking more about the Sheepsfoot and then the addition of the Sheepsfoot to the lineup. So with that, specifications, overall, we're talking about a total length of 7.25 inches from the point of the knife all the way to the back of the pommel end. Blade length, 3.28 inches. You'll see that it does have a very small sharpening choil, so that leaves a cutting edge of 3.13 inches. Now, in terms of the height of the blade, 1.23 inches, and then the thickness, which is 0.12. That's like 3 millimeter stock, 0.12, just below 1/8 of an inch. And again, you can see that very high saber grind going all the way down a flat ground primary grind into that secondary bevel. That's going to leave this insanely slicey. This should be a fantastic slicey knife, not only for those utility tasks, but this is going to be a killer food prep knife. So really, really cool. Again, CPM Magna Cut, hardness 61 to 63 HRC, the Sheepsfoot design, plain edge, the flat saber grind, handle length 3.97 inches, the height and profile 1.09 inches, and thickness 0.72. The beautiful black canvas micarta, such an awesome knife. So, to the people at Reiff Knives, thank you so much for providing this for review. For the rest of you, if you like this content, do me a favor, look in the description box below where you can find links to your own Reiff Knives Circadian. Whether or not you want the clip point or the Sheepsfoot, can't go wrong. Awesome blades. The Circadian line, a nice lineup within the Reiff Knives lineup. Take a look at their F-Series knives, also fantastic. And if you're paying attention, they have a new fighting knife coming out very soon. So really, really cool. And if you guys like this content, check out my Outer Limitless family of channels. You're here today on Outer Limitless Blades, covering all the sharp and pointy things. I have Outer Limitless, which is my primary hiking, camping, backpacking channel. Outer Limitless 2, which covers tactical and firearms. And Outer Limitless Lights, which covers headlamps, EDC lights, indoor, outdoor lighting, you name it. That's the Outer Limitless family of channels. So all right, guys, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.